Amoxicillin for racing pigeons, an in-depth look. Racing pigeons are bred for speed, endurance, and homing abilities. They are carefully trained and conditioned to fly long distances back to their home loft. However, like any animal, pigeons can become ill or injured and require medications. One medication often used in pigeon care is the antibiotic amoxicillin. In this blog, we'll take an in-depth look at amoxicillin, its uses in treating sick and injured racing pigeons, proper dosing, potential side effects, and more. What is amoxicillin? Amoxicillin is a moderate-spectrum, bacteriolytic, beta-lactam antibiotic used to treat bacterial infections. It is derived from penicillin and works by inhibiting bacterial cell wall synthesis. Amoxicillin has a bactericidal effect on gram-positive and some gram-negative bacteria. Amoxicillin was patented in 1972 and came into medical use in 1974. It is on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines. Amoxicillin is FDA approved for treating infections in humans, dogs, cats, ferrets, rabbits, rodents, and birds. The most common trade names for veterinary amoxicillin are amoxidrops, Biomox, Vitromoxin, and Polyflex. Uses of amoxicillin in racing pigeons. Amoxicillin is a broad-spectrum antibiotic often used for treating bacterial infections in racing pigeons. Some of the most common uses include respiratory infections. Pigeons are susceptible to respiratory illnesses like ornithosis, mycoplasmosis, paratyphoid, streptococcosis, and more. Amoxicillin is effective against many bacteria that cause respiratory disease. Injuries/wound infections, lacerations, punctures, abrasions, and other wounds can easily become infected. Amoxicillin is useful for treating wound infections and preventing sepsis. Salmonellosis. Salmonella bacteria can cause gastrointestinal illness in pigeons. Amoxicillin can be used alongside fluids and probiotics to treat salmonellosis. E. coli infections. E. coli is a common cause of colobacillosis in birds. Amoxicillin disrupts E. coli's cell wall and stops it from multiplying. Chlamydiosis. Chlamydia psittaci bacteria causes chlamydiosis or parrot fever in birds. Amoxicillin is recommended for treating acute chlamydiosis infections. Ulcerative enteritis. Ulcerative enteritis is an intestinal condition caused by bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and Campylobacter. Amoxicillin can be given along with medications to reduce stomach acid. Secondary infections. Amoxicillin is often prescribed as a broad-spectrum antibiotic when the specific bacteria causing infection is unknown. It covers a wide range of potential pathogens. Proper dosing of amoxicillin for pigeons. The most common amoxicillin preparation used is a 50 mg per milliliter oral suspension or liquid formulation. The dose for racing pigeons is 25 to 50 mg amoxicillin per kilogram body weight every 12 hours. Here are some general dosing guidelines. Small pigeons 100 to 300 grams, 25 mg twice daily. Medium pigeons 300 to 450 grams, 50 mg twice daily. Large pigeons over 450 grams, 75 mg twice daily. For severe infections, the dose can be increased to up to 100 mg/kg twice daily. The standard course of treatment is 5 to 14 days depending on the illness. Be sure to finish the full course as directed even if symptoms resolve to prevent relapse or resistance. Shake the oral suspension well before dosing. Amoxicillin can be given directly into the mouth or mixed with feed if the pigeon is eating. Potential side effects. Amoxicillin is generally well tolerated in pigeons, especially at lower doses. However, some potential adverse effects include digestive upset. Some pigeons experience diarrhea, vomiting, or loss of appetite. This is usually mild. Allergic reactions, hives, swelling, and anaphylaxis are possible but rare in pigeons. Discontinue use if any signs of allergy develop. Secondary infections. Long-term use can lead to fungal or yeast infections. Drug interactions. Amoxicillin should not be mixed with some other drugs like tetracyclines, chloramphenicol, erythromycin, and certain antacids. Resistance. Overuse of amoxicillin can promote antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Follow dosing guidelines and complete the full course. Egg binding. High doses may temporarily bind calcium and lead to egg binding in breeding hens. Supplemental calcium can help. With proper dosing and short-term use, amoxicillin is generally very safe for pigeons. However, contact your avian veterinarian if any concerns arise. Acquiring amoxicillin for pigeons. In most countries, amoxicillin is only available by prescription from licensed veterinarians. Do not use amoxicillin prescribed for humans, as the dosing is different. Here are some tips for getting amoxicillin. Establish care with an avian vet. Find an experienced veterinarian to partner with for your pigeon's health care. They can prescribe medications and teach you proper use. Ask your vet for a prescription, discuss your pigeon's condition with your vet and get their medical recommendation for using amoxicillin. Check local pigeon supply stores. Some specialized pigeon supply stores may carry fish-formulated amoxicillin, which can legally be sold without a prescription. This allows pigeon owners to have it on hand. Compound with a veterinary pharmacist. If needed, a veterinary pharmacy can compound amoxicillin in liquid form for birds using the veterinarian's prescription. This allows flexibility with dosing. Order from online avian pharmacies. There are several legitimate online pharmacies that fill veterinary prescriptions for bird antibiotics like amoxicillin. Have your prescription ready. Proper dispensing from a vet or legal pigeon supply source ensures you get the right antibiotic for pigeons at safe dosing. Only use as prescribed and directed. Using amoxicillin responsibly. While amoxicillin can be an effective treatment for sick racing pigeons, it does come with some risks. Here are some tips for using amoxicillin responsibly. Only use for diagnosed bacterial illnesses. Do not use amoxicillin preventatively or for viruses/non-infectious issues. Follow prescribed dosing exactly. Stick to the proper dose and duration. Incorrect use promotes resistance. Isolate sick birds. Quarantine pigeons on antibiotics away from other birds to prevent spread of disease. Discard unused medication. Leftover antibiotics must be discarded properly and not saved for later use. Monitor for side effects. Watch your pigeon closely for any reactions and contact your vet with concerns. Avoid overuse. Do not rely solely on amoxicillin repeatedly. Utilize other antibiotics in rotation and culture bacteria to identify targeted treatments. Practice good loft hygiene. Keep the loft clean along with feed and water to prevent illness and the need for medications. Finish the full course. Even if symptoms improve, finish out the amoxicillin regimen completely as prescribed by your vet. Amoxicillin can provide great benefits for your racing pigeons when used responsibly. Partner closely with your veterinarian and follow their expert guidance. Be vigilant for reactions and realize that antibiotics are not a replacement for overall good pigeon health management. Implement biosecurity, nutrition, and stress reduction alongside judicious antibiotic use when needed. Key takeaways on amoxicillin for racing pigeons. Some key points to remember about using amoxicillin in racing pigeons include: amoxicillin is a broad-spectrum antibiotic useful for many common pigeon illnesses. Get an accurate diagnosis and veterinary prescription before using. Follow dosing guidelines carefully based on pigeon weight. Monitor for side effects like digestive upset or allergic reactions. Finish the full course of treatment as prescribed. Do not use leftover or expired amoxicillin. Utilize proper loft hygiene and management to avoid overusing antibiotics. Rotate antibiotic classes to reduce resistance. Partner with an experienced avian vet for guidance on responsible use. Never use amoxicillin prescribed for humans or other species. When used judiciously under veterinary supervision, amoxicillin can be a safe and effective medication for restoring your racing pigeons to health. Responsible use preserves its efficacy for when sick birds need its bacteria-fighting power the most. With smart management and proactive health care, your pigeon racing team will stay happy and healthy for many flights to come. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look at the links and email below.